Hello, Neeramitra. Welcome to Mentor Money. I want to congratulate for your PPO conversion. And please tell us more about yourself.
Yeah. Okay, so my name is Neer Mitra Reddy, and I'm in the final year computer science at NITK. So my hobbies include reading, working out, writing occasionally, and listening to songs and stuff.
Okay. So, Neeru, what was the procedure to apply for the internship of Flipkart?
Flipkart had come to our campus for selections. So there was the first round was an online test where we had. Should I go into the details of the selection procedure right now?
Yeah, it's better if we can get a glance of the selection procedure.
Yeah, the first round was an online test, like a coding test. After that, we had 3 rounds of interviews. I had 3 rounds of interviews, all problem solving.
Okay.
So after which I was selected for the.
Okay. So, Neeru, from which sources did you prepare for the internship?
Okay, my primary preparation source was interview bit. Like, in my opinion, this is the best platform you have out there. To find questions asked by various companies. Apart from this, I had been problem solving on HackerRank from quite some time. Like, competitive programming is a good thing to do, which I didn't do. But if you still problem solve and if you're strong in data structure and algorithms, then that will be enough. So interview bit and geeks for the basic stuff, just revision and.
Okay. So, Neeru, what is your opinion on how can an individual clear the technical test, technical interview, and HR interview of Flipkart?
Okay, so first we'll talk about the technical test. So basically, you need to be well versed with problem solving. That is a prerequisite for all 3 stages. Like without that, you wouldn't make it to the next round. So supposing you have practiced problem solving, I would suggest pick one coding language and stick to it. Like you need to be comfortable in coding with it even without the help of ideas, since most companies platforms don't have code suggestions and stuff. So that is my tip for technical rounds. And another thing is, if you're running out of time, right, and if you still have questions left, I would suggest you to brute force a solution. There might be instances where the company is just looking if you can solve the problem. They don't really want to test your optimization skills in the beginning itself, so that might help. And debugging and all is also very essential. Like if you have small errors in your code and you get stuck with them, like that will take up time. So you need to be very good with writing your own test cases and testing and stuff. As to interviews, technical interviews, communication is key. Like most people are well versed with the problem solving, but they don't really communicate. You need to understand that the interviewer is also human. So you can speak to the interviewer. He'll help you out. He'll give you hints now and then. But like be very vocal. If you have a solution, be like, okay, this is my approach now. So this is what I'm about to do. And before that, you need to brute force a solution so that you can show him that you are capable of producing some solution at least. After that, you can go up with the optimization. Like communication is very important, I feel. That is the overlooked factor. As to HR interview, the questions asked are mostly from your resume. So don't put projects that you have not done in your resume. Like that is one big mistake that I see people doing. Only put projects that you have done and you are well versed with. Like when asked to explain, you need to be very comfortable with explaining your projects also. So
Right.
apart from that, behavioral questions and all, don't try to fake anything. Like try to be yourself as much as possible. If they ask you what are your strengths and weaknesses, if you say I work too hard as my weakness, like that sounds very pretentious, right? So these are things that you need to keep in mind.
Okay. So, can you give some advice for your junior fellows for Flipkart?
Okay. Okay, we'll start with the first years. So one thing is, I wasted my first year, which I would not advise anyone else to do. So first year, you get a lot of time to explore and stuff, explore the various parts of development, wait, or just get a touch of coding. And I'm sure all colleges have a C course in the first year. If you are completely new to computer science, I would suggest you to take that course seriously. Like foundations help a lot. And don't waste your first year summer also. Look for internship opportunities. Most companies wouldn't want to give internships, but still you could try. Explore all fields. Now coming to second year is your most crucial year for computer science students. Like second year, after that only you have internship tests and stuff. So your second year, you need to focus down on at least one or two fields. Like you can't afford to explore. You be like, I'll do ML now, I'll do web dev, I'll do Android dev, everything. You can't do that. Apart from this, start problem solving. Like you don't really have to do competitive programming only, but be well aware of data structures, algorithms. Like try problems on HackerRank and stuff. Like be active in coding. Like have a good touch with coding. As to third years, at this point, I would assume your fundamentals are all very good and stuff. Even if you get an internship and you're hopeful of getting a PPO, like stay in touch with coding. Like don't really like stop problem solving completely. You might not get a PPO, or things might not turn out how you want them to. You might have to sit for placements again. So at this point, I mean, the same points apply. Whatever I told for the second years also. Like be well versed with data structures, operating systems, DBMS and stuff.
Okay. So
And I want to add one more point regarding Flipkart alone. So Flipkart values your problem solving skills and communication skills over everything else. Like they value your learning and thinking ability over what you already know. So it's not like you have to by heart all these definitions and technical terms and all. It's okay to not know them, but you need to be willing to think. Like don't freeze. Like communicate really well with your interviewer, and that's all. Good luck.
so other branches that are also eligible for the internship.
I think all the circuit branches are eligible. So EC, Triple E, IT, and CS all are eligible. And even if you have good coding experience, right, you can still apply like Flipkart. I don't think they have this barrier of your branch preventing you from applying. If not on campus, you can still apply off campus. Your branch shouldn't really matter.
Okay. So Neeru, in which profile you got the internship?
My profile was software development engineering. So the other profiles, I don't think they have. They might have other business and management related profiles, but computer science, I think this is the only profile that you can intern with.
Okay. So what were your day-to-day responsibilities during the internship?
This time the internship was virtual, so it was a new experience for all the interns. So the day-to-day responsibilities, we would have a stand-up meeting in the morning, and work hours at Flipkart are flexible, so they don't really force you to work from 9 to 5 or something. You can choose when to work. But the thing is, one thing they really value is how well you stick to deadlines. If there is a deadline, you can't afford to be reckless. Like, so for me personally, I would work very close to the deadlines. Like towards the deadlines, I would work more and stuff. And the work was basically back-end web development. And due to an NDA, I can't really reveal more information.
Yeah, sure. So what other profile does company offer?
As I said earlier, I think they offer, for MBAs and management profiles, they have and commerce profiles also, supply chain or management
Yes.
profiles. Coming to development, at NITK, they offered only SDE profiles. So I'm not really sure if there are other profiles. There could be, SDET profiles or other internship profiles.
So what did you expect before joining the internship from Flipkart?
Uh, I did quite a lot of research, like to know how the work life would be. And one thing I'm really happy to say is like none of my expectations have been, I'm not disappointed at all. Like my expectations are even exceeded. The level of informality in the company, the working culture, the flexibility, everything was, really good. The friendliness or even the work-life balance and all. Work-life balance is one thing that I really value. And that was extremely good at the company.
Okay. So Neeru, what skills you use during your internship? Like what are languages, what tools that comes handy
Okay.
in the internship?
So coming to the tools, the language was Java. Primarily code in Python, so migrating to Java wasn't really hard. We had a 1 week boot camp or something just to get us hands-on with Java, SQL, and all. So my work involved making a module, a backend API, basically a REST API, using Java's Drop Wizard framework. It wasn't exactly Drop Wizard; it was Flipkart's proprietary software built upon Drop Wizard. So apart from this, other tools would be, you need to be familiar with object-oriented programming. Like that is how it is. So apart from that, the tools were SQL. I had to use Python to build a script and Java for the most part. So these were the three things that I had to use.
Okay. So do you think if you had some other skills, then the internship would be more fruitful to you?
Uh, okay, one thing that I really wish I had more of was, being very careful. Like I was pretty careless or reckless at times. Punctuality would be one skill that I wish I had. Like there were times when I was late to the, meetings and stuff. This is kind of risky. Like you wouldn't want to, risk your first impression of the company. So this
Right.
is one thing that I would suggest, like be very punctual and stuff.
Okay. So how was your experience with the Flipkart internship experience?
The internship experience was extremely good. Like we have since onboarding, the team was very friendly. After that, we had a training boot camp, which was very fun. Like the trainer was really fun. After that, my mentor was very friendly and very informal. Like we would have this after work hours, informal chats and stuff. Even during the internship, like there was no force. Like we were free to choose a project, as in the project that was given to us, we had to design the entire thing. And it's more like you're given freedom. You're treated as FTs at Flipkart. Like there is no such line between interns and FTs. Interns are treated as FTs, so you're given responsibility and freedom. So apart from this, the flexible work timing was really good. Like if there were days that you had to go out or some work, you could choose to work later. And the colleagues were very helpful, like my mentor's colleagues, right? There were many occasions where I talked to them, I resolved some issues. They're willing to help all the time, like 24/7 if they're free. Like that is one thing that I really liked about the company.
Okay. So what are the do's and don'ts in the Flipkart while you are doing internship?
So we'll come to the don'ts first, since one thing that I would say is be punctual. Like if you have a meet, right, you wouldn't want to let the mentors or other people waiting. That is not a really good image to put out there. So apart from this, the other don't would be like communication. Like feel free to communicate with the mentor. Don't be very silent or hesitant. That will only lead to you impeding your own progress. So apart from communication, like stick to deadlines. Deadlines are very important. Understand that the company is giving you freedom and it's giving you flexibility to work. So that means you should honor them by sticking to the deadlines. And coming to the do's are, uh, as I said earlier, communicate really well, and keep your mentor updated of your progress. Like anything you're going right, any small bug or something, feel free to talk to the other FTs and resolve your problems. Don't get stuck in a loop and be like, I'll try to figure it out myself. That all doesn't matter. They want you to build a project. That means you can take all the help you want. So I think and be very active, like even in the other activities, right? Apart from the official internship activities, there are fun events. Try to participate and show the company that you're a team player, and you love informal events also. That's all, I guess.
Okay. So what are your suggestions for a tier 3 college student to crack the internship of Flipkart?
So if Flipkart isn't visiting your campus also, there is a place to apply to Flipkart. Like there's a website. I don't really remember the name, but the main thing I would say is you need to have passion for problem solving. It's not just like I'm just doing it for the job. You should think of coding or problem solving as something you enjoy. And the internship or the FT you get is it's a byproduct of your enjoying the process. So I would say problem solving skills and communication skills are matter the most. Like these are king. Like nothing else matter more than this. Even if you aren't really good at problem solving, right? You need to tackle the problem. It's not like you just give up. I'm like, I can't do this. Just give up. Like try your best. Keep thinking. Keep brainstorming. You will. This is one thing that I would suggest. And apart from this, communication, problem solving, and yeah, and you look out for opportunities. Like opportunities don't come your way all the time. Like once you it's very important to identify good opportunities and apply. If there's a campus drive or if they have some hackathon, stuff like that. Just try participate there, make yourself visible.
Okay. So coming to the next question, does CGPA matter?
This is most people would be wanting an answer to this question. Flipkart at NITK had a zero cutoff for CGPA, but this doesn't mean that a good CGPA never hurts. This is as simple as it gets. Like, it doesn't hurt to have a good CGPA. Maintain a 7 to 7.5 to 8. It doesn't mean you have to slog academically. Like, however, whatever is comfortable for you, like, maintain a decent CGPA. Focus on your other skills also. Like,
So,
some companies might have CGPA cutoff. Yeah.
okay. So according to you,
Yeah.
what should be the what is the threshold of a decent CGPA for a tier 1 college student, for tier 3 college student, tier 2 college student? What's the threshold of the decent
Okay, that's a good
CGPA for?
question. For someone in a tier 1 college and who is in CS or any of the circuit branches, in CS in particular, I would say 7.5 should be enough. Like, 7.5 is a very good CGPA. Not a very good, it's a decent CGPA. Mine was also like just above 7.5. And if you are in other circuit branches, right, having 8 would help. Like, some companies are hesitant to, Flipkart might have a cutoff, I'm not sure. So in tier 2 and tier 3 colleges, right, they don't really want to risk trying out students with lesser CGPAs. So I would say 8, 8.5 to 9 would also help. Like, the higher the CGPA, the better the chance of you getting an opportunity.
Yeah, right. So Niru, any general advice to the juniors from your 3 year experience of at NITK?
Okay, like, one thing I would say is academics, right? What they teach you at college doesn't really translate to your success in interviews or placements or getting a job. So apart from this, apart from academics and getting a job, like, involve yourself actively in other things. Like, if you have hobbies or passions and stuff, like, try to show your interest towards them, spend some time. This is I say this because if you are focused on getting a job or only academic excellence, you tend to burn out. Like, balance is key. So first year, don't waste your first year. Like, seniors might tell you that first year doesn't matter, you can play around and stuff, but I would suggest explore your field. Like, once you get to second year, right, you'll have a edge over the others. You already know some of your stuff. And in second year, stick to one field. Like, stick to your passion. If you're passionate about web dev, or say you're passionate about ML, do some projects in them, explore, talk to professors, get more and more exposure, and be aware of everything. Like, keep your eyes open, have a good peer group. And this is pretty much what I would say. Like, you don't really need to sacrifice any aspect of your life for one another thing. So maintain a balance, and everything will be cool.
Okay. On that note, we will wrap the interview. Thank you so much, Niru, for joining us and sharing your experience with the Flipkart.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. I
And
hope
all
this
the best for
helps.
the and all the best for the future year.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Thanks.